Hi, my name is Brown-Emberton, and this is the technology plan presentation for the Savannah Wildlife Rescue Center. The Savannah Wildlife Rescue Center is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. Its main priority is rehabilitating and releasing mammals that have been orphaned or injured, while maintaining a safe, clean, and sanitary environment for their animals, volunteers, and public. So throughout the technology plan, the main stakeholders in this project are the director, the co-founder, and a variety of volunteers. Jeannie Pattison is the director, and she co-founded the organization with Dr. Valerie Love. Dr. Love is not involved with the technology plan, but she is a veterinarian that stays active with the organization. The other volunteers, Dana, Karen, Mark, and Tara, are involved in, Dana and Karen are all involved in the admin help and events. Mark Pointer has committed to be a web developer in the project, and Tara Smith has committed to be the digital content manager. So the main purpose and objectives of this technology plan is to streamline the redesign of the center's existing website and launch a digital marketing campaign. This will help produce their priority goal of increasing donations and sponsorship by at least 80% by the end of 3 years. So first, we developed a vision for the technology plan. This was to streamline the process for recruiting volunteers, provide education opportunities, and offer the sponsorship packages to larger corporations. An interactive website, as well as adding pages, could also collect data from surveys and applications, and increase the communication with and about public service, such as a blog and wildlife educational events. The data collection system could also analyze and manage animal information. So we developed a statement, a vision statement for the technology plan. By incorporating a well-designed professional website and digital marketing presence in the community, the center will be able to provide extensive education, services to the community, and continue the primary goal of the center, which is to rehabilitate and release orphaned and injured Georgia wildlife. So we started with a technology evaluation. This was similar to a SWOT analysis, where we explored the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats with the organization. This helped provide feedback to determine gaps between where the organization is currently and where they want to be. The instruments used were a group interview, a questionnaire, and a needs assessment survey. So in the group interview, I went through a series of questions with the stakeholders. And this helped explore where they would like to see the future of the organization and the website and social media and the digital marketing campaign. Also, this was important because it helped us explore who will manage the site and the digital marketing once the project takes off. So the questionnaire was more specific about what kind of hardware and software they had in place. This was given to Jeannie and a couple volunteers. It helped with suggestions for who may be the best equipped to be accountable for website troubleshooting and also digital marketing troubleshooting in the future. The needs assessment survey was also done specifically by Jeannie. This is where specific lists were given to me for the hardware and where they currently were with digital marketing, which is at this point only Facebook. It also helped me see where she wanted to be present and suggestions for website management, digital marketing. The needs assessment survey helped narrow down exactly what Jeannie wanted in the project plan. We also were able to develop a timeline for the website developer Mark and an estimated time for launch, and also budget out a rough draft. So the needs assessment went to how do we get there? I used a Moscow prioritization method. This method breaks the needs down into must-haves, should-haves, could have this, and also won't have this at this time, but they would like it in the future. This chart helps visualize what were the priorities, what objectives became the priorities. Obviously, the completed revised website is the main priority. It's first. The digital marketing campaign came in second and is going to work in conjunction with it, and also assigning the personnel to manage these two things after they're launched. Then next, the sponsorship campaign and the donation packages were second in priority. And then last were the education opportunities and other fundraising campaigns and events. So after we had the needs broken down into the specific method, we were able to break them out into two phases. The first phase is things that need to be done within the first year, which is the website, the launch of the digital marketing campaign. This centers around a grand opening event in March, and also assigning the personnel to manage these things. The second phase are the rest of the objectives, which would be the sponsorship campaign, the fundraising, and data collection, as well as the education opportunities. This brings us to the action plan and getting it all laid out into a timeline. The first thing that we had to explore were the gaps and how we need to get from point A to point B. So the needs assessment presented the two main technology gaps, which are the website redevelopment and the lack of digital content. So the 5 other gaps that we needed to incorporate it into the full 3-year plan was the fundraising, education, sponsorship, technology knowledge by the personnel, and the personnel themselves and the amount of people that Jeannie has to help. So this brings us to the completed 3-year timeline, where we broke out the first phase, which is in 2018, and then the phase 2 objectives are broken into 2019 and 2020. So these are also the objectives in the 2 phases, but specific months are given for each milestone. Once we had the objectives laid out, we were able to decipher some actions that needed to take place to reach these objectives. These are major actions that need to be completed. So we related them to each objective, we gave each one a deadline, and then also the resource who will be responsible for those tasks. So every action plan needs a evaluation plan in order to make sure that it stays on track. The methods that I chose are the context, input, process, product method, and the participant-oriented evaluation method. The SIP method includes focusing on the evaluation, collecting the information, organizing it, analyzing it, and then reporting the results. The participant evaluation focuses on the judgment of the participation and also the project manager's observations of the benchmarks being reached. So the timeline for the evaluation plan starts with the website upgrade. The proposed published date is February 7th. So an evaluation needs to be completed at least a week before, so if there's any upgrades or changes, corrections that need to be made, it can be completed by Mark before February 7th. This I felt was best done with a questionnaire and feedback form while using the website by Jeannie and a couple volunteers. The digital marketing should be evaluated by the content manager, who can provide the director with a comprehensive report after analyzing the social media marketing analysis. The website additions later in 2019 I felt were best analyzed by the questionnaire and feedback form again, and then a progress report late in 2019 would help make sure everything is staying on track in order to be accomplished in 2020. This would be a meeting for all the staff and volunteers, and I also will suggest this as an annual meeting, or biannual meeting would be helpful as well. So also the outcome needs to be evaluated. Did it work? An outcome evaluation would determine whether the website revisions and the technology upgrade actually made an effect on their targeted objectives. So at the end of everything, the end of 3 years, Jeannie can really look at what worked, what didn't, and then be able to create another strategic 3-year plan based on how this one went. I want to thank you for sticking with me through the presentation, and if you are interested in helping out the Savannah Wildlife Rescue Center, please go to their website. That will be up and launched in February of 2018. Thank you.